What's going on, guys? The Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02, version 5.0.1. Today we have a 2v2 on Udun. So, let's jump into it, as always, and see what's going on here. So we have our first player, Excelsior, as the man of the West in the bottom right. And I'm assuming his teammate is bottom right here. Yep, it's top versus bottom in this one. We have bushit as the Dwarves there, as his ally. The opposing team, we have Alexis as Dwarves there, who also goes by Cam. And then we have SpecialGuest as Angmar in the top right. So, Angmar and Dwarves versus Dwarves and Men in the West. Interesting. So we have Dwarf Mirror on the left side, so that'll be a... Not as exciting, I'd imagine. I hate Dwarf Mirrors so much. But, of course, both those players are pretty decent, so... I mean, Cam is actually one of the better... Or Alexis is one of the better players of Rise of the Witch King, I'd say. With Maher up there. Bushit, he's pretty damn good as well, so... They should have a pretty epic battle on the left side. And I'd say SpecialGuest and Excelsior are actually pretty close in the same skill level as well, surprisingly enough. So we'll see who goes over... Who does better on this side as well. Angmar versus Men of the West is a interesting matchup. So we'll see what happens. We have our first battalion of Thrall Masters, or Gundabad Orc, undoubtedly. I'm sure that's what he's going to go for. Gundabad Warriors, indeed he is. He'll be sending those down to the south. And Excelsior going for some Gondor soldiers, as you would expect. Looks like he's got 4 farms now. What's going on over here? SpecialGuest placing a beacon here, showing there is a... Or that's where his builder is, I see. Looks like Alexis is going to put possibly a mine here. Meanwhile, it looks like he has encountered some of the dwarves of bushit who are beginning hacking away his. I think these are bushits, yeah. Bushits are rally called as well. So begin doing the damage. Up here in the north, looks like Excelsior is taking down one of SpecialGuest's mills here. SpecialGuest does have some Axors ready to engage, but he will definitely lose that mill, I'd say. Although SpecialGuest doing a counterattack as well. He's not sitting idly by. He's going to take the farm from Excelsior here. Nice rally war chant there. I don't know if he should have pulled back. He should have took this farm with this battalion. That was a bit of a mistake. And now he has to run back in and hope he can get it. And because he pulled back, probably by accident, he will actually not get that farm. So that is an unfortunate loss for him. It looks like bushit is continuing to harass Alexis's farms up there. These are bushits as well. Alexis has his guardians over here, though. It's difficult for me to see some of these colors on the mini-map, to be honest. I'm working on it. Working on my eyes. Trying to focus here. I can see red just fine and white, but I can't see pink very well at all. And yellow is not too much easier. Looks like Excelsior does have some Gondor archers and Gondor soldiers, so he's got pretty decent army going, and he also has some Rohan spearmen, so his army is building pretty substantially. SpecialGuest has gone for a direwolf, or wolf rider army with direwolves. Interesting choice. Although if he wants to help his ally, it is actually not a bad choice, considering neither of them are going for phalanxes. Neither of them want to go for phalanxes, because then they'll just be weaker against their guardian opponents. But it looks like Alexis has gone for a Prince Brand, Captain of Dale, which is not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. It looks like bushit has done the same, actually. And he's beginning to take down some of those guys. That guy was hauling before he got shot down in his prime. Now SpecialGuest will retreat that way. It looks like SpecialGuest's base is under heavy attack from Excelsior here. Will he have what it takes to stop him, though, is the question. He's going to be losing thralls very quickly as soon as they come out. So unless he can get a nice run through with these, he's going to be in trouble. He killed a decent amount of them going through there. It looks like we have some Guardians over here coming over from Alexis to help save his ally. Of course, once your ally dies, you basically lose 2-on-1 at that point, so you don't want your ally to die. Of course, he doesn't want to just send his Guardians into their death either, because there's a lot of archer fire there. So you're definitely doing a good job keeping up the pressure. Bushit really needs to put some pressure on Alexis, though. Yeah, it looks like he's about to do so. A couple of battalions of Guardians, along with some Prince Brand action. Both of them exchanging slam shots, taking a few Dwarven lives here and there. And I think by the time these armies are done engaging each other, there won't be much left. But Bushit's actually managed to get the better of the exchange, it looks like. There wasn't enough left over for Alexis to actually save his base with there. Although he's brought his brands back over that way. Bushit has taken that mineshaft. But it looks like with the help of Alexis, SpecialGuest has managed to push back and get the army of Excelsior out of his base. Excelsior has gone for Faramir as well as the Thillium Rangers. So he's upgrading to heroes and better archers. That's definitely going to help him. But we'll see. Ooh, jeez. Alexis's Prince Brand is very close to death. He's lucky that slam shot didn't kill him. And now it's SpecialGuest's turn to help out a little over here. Although it looks like Alexis does have some Guardians over here to help out as well. Felwind being used. Knocking Prince Brand down. He's taking a bit of damage, but he won't die to these. They just don't do enough damage. He's trying to retreat to some of these guys. Now he's taking flanking damage, though. Perhaps... Oh, he has the heal ready, so it's not that big of a deal, apparently. And now Excelsior once again pushing in. Alexis losing a lot of his guys to arrow fire. Alexis does still have a forward mineshaft down here. And Bushit, of course, still has his forward mineshaft over here, but it will be taken out fairly shortly, it looks like. And now Bushit is pushing through the center with some of his Guardians towards SpecialGuest base. If you can help double this guy a little bit, then they'll have a better chance, I think. Looks like a lot of Excelsior's troops are over here defending his farm. Looks like he will probably save it as well. Indeed he will. I wouldn't say he needs to send that much over here to defend one farm, though. You should really send them all north at this point. If there's just one thrall, you should probably just send, like, a battalion, maybe two. Any more than that is overkill, really. Prince Brand doing a great job of sniping units fairly easily. There goes the rally call on the Hobbit summon as well. We also have a King Theoden out in the field. Also going to give leadership to all these units. And down goes the barracks, the Hall of King's Men for Angmar, which is not good. Although he does have himself a Waldar, which is always nice. If Waldar can level up, he will of course get the Summon Hillman ability, which is always good, and he gives leadership to Hillman if he had any. Now Faramir and Theoden trying to take down some Troll and Wolf Den. Looks like he actually managed to get some snow trolls out in the field. Fortunately, Theoden and Faramir both have pretty weak melee attacks. The fort has taken a lot of damage, though. The hobbits are continuing to whittle away at it. Very slowly but surely. But the snow troll's getting absolutely devastating crush through there on the archers of Excelsior. And there goes another battalion of guys falling to the snow trolls. Snow trolls are definitely a good choice here. You see they've taken very, well, basically no damage. And they continue to run rampant. Is he getting more? No, probably not. His economy's probably not doing so well. Bushit's loading up more guys, though. It looks like Alexis still trying to save his ally from destruction, trying to make sure too much doesn't come his way. And bushit and Alexis are engaging over here. Although these snow trolls will shortly turn that in Alexis' favor pretty quickly, I'd say. Let's see how things are going over here. One player has gone for the Zealots. I think it's bushit. Indeed it is. Bushit has gone for Dwarven Zealots, which really is what you need in a Dwarven Mirror. Dwarven Zealots, absolutely incredible for Dwarven Mirrors. And you will see that definitely in full effect. Actually, that was a... I know that because that's a tip that Bushit actually gave me, is go for Dwarven Zealots in a Dwarven Mirror. I retain some information when he says it. Just not all of it. We have a direwolf just barely whittling away there. Looks like he does get killed off fairly quickly. So Bushit does have a forward mine over here in his ally's base, so he can get over fairly quickly to save his ally from attack. And it looks like Alexis and SpecialGuest going to go for a big attack here. Lots of guardians with snow troll support. Hopefully those snow trolls manage to get around the pikes instead of going through. And a Felwyn going down, he's going to try and trample. He does have to be very careful. Those tower guards will absolutely destroy them. But he is managing to get these Athelian Rangers fairly nicely. The snow trolls just absolutely devastating them. I wouldn't send the snow trolls after heroes, though. I don't think that's where they excel. And it's definitely not looking that way. But I would definitely say Alexis' army has been successful here. There's still lots of guardians alive. Some of them even use their charge ability. Looks like Excelsior was getting ready to go for some trebuchet action to get rid of the fortress, probably of SpecialGuest, but not going to happen quite yet, it looks like. And the Dwarven Zealots being brought out. You don't get the ability Berserker Gang until level 7, though. At least in this patch. That will be changed next patch, as far as I'm aware. Black Numenorians being brought out for SpecialGuest now. Of course, those are also very excellent soldiers, although not really much in a fight against Zealots. And Waldar will retreat here. Unfortunately, their attack has been crushed, it looks like. Prince Brand trying to defend this farm to the last, and it looks like he will be successful. Him and the Athelians easily counterattacking that, killing all those guys. They did get the siege works, and it looks like there is no trebuchet, so SpecialGuest Fortress is safe for now. But of course, a big counterattack could easily change that. Does Bushit have an army? He has a couple battalions of guardians and a Prince Brand and some... he has 2 battalions of these. The Zealots. We have a Summoned Men of Dale in from Alexis. And Alexis and SpecialGuest push in once again. His snow trolls unfortunately charging into the pikemen. They didn't die though. And we do have Boromir out for Excelsior. Just chasing them around a bit. He does need to get his level 2 so he can hit that Horn of Gondor. That will help them exponentially here. Freezing the army in place, allowing all his Athelians to take them out with ease. But until that happens, he's going to continue to lose a lot of guys here. The Snow Trolls just devastating his archer line. They're surprisingly resilient, though. They take very little arrow damage, and they He survived a slam shot pretty well. And there's a good to bad orc summon. It looks like this attack is going to do some damage. Meanwhile, it looks like bushit is attacking Alexis up here in the north. He's going to get this mine. He's going to get this mine here as well. He's even attacking the base, although it looks like SpecialGuest has gone for the Witch King. Witch King of Angmar. And these are bushits. All of these are bushits? Indeed they are. Oh, the Witch King does have to be very careful. The Hobbit rock throw in conjunction with these Dwarven Zealots could be very devastating and break him down very quickly. But it's going to be very difficult for him to do too much to the main bulk of the force with the Witch King around there. Looks like Excelsior has stabilized and pushed off that attack. And he's cleaning up the last of the Men of Dale, looks like. And down they go. I can't really say who's going to win this one as of yet. It's hard to tell. So far it's pretty back and forth, pretty nice. Nice when the game is not completely one-sided. Looks like we got fire arrows upgrade for Excelsior over there. So that'll be useful for him, for sure. And we have 2 battalions of snow trolls now for SpecialGuest, who does, of course, also have his Witch King of Angmar. So he has a pretty powerful army. Although if there's enough tower guards, the snow trolls aren't going to get too much done. Looks like he is going to go for Dark Rangers, though. He's upgraded to a level 3, which only points to Dark Rangers, which is not a bad choice by any means. Although if there's enough heroes here, it's going to get increasingly difficult to get too much done for SpecialGuest over here. And holy crap, I forgot Eowyn does so much with her spear throw. Because she's not a man, she can defeat the Witch King. So SpecialGuest has to be very careful. It's not a feature you always remember that's a thing. But something definitely to keep in mind. Oh, the Witch King's made a fatal mistake, I think. Has he? Oh god. Excelsior really should be targeting down the Witch King. He might have got him if he would have. But unfortunately, the heal was thrown down. And he will live to fight another day. Excelsior still has a good amount of troops over here. So things are still looking good over here, but it looks like things for Alexis on the other side not looking so good. Although the Dwarven army has returned home. Looks like Gloin led by some Gloin is leading some zealots here. He does manage to get the archery range down, as well as the mine over here. Gloin is up to level 3. Once he gets level 4, Shake Foundation will be available to him, which is another strong building destroying move he could use. Although with Alexis in trouble, he's not going to be able to save his ally over here. Uh-oh. The snow trolls are going to get a nice run through, it looks like. Ooh. Fortunately, they are buffed, so they'd actually die there. If they can get this level 3 Hall of the King's Men down, that will stop majority of any threat from Angmar. Down it goes indeed. Looks like Alexis has summoned his Men of Dale. He's also got some real Men of Dale in there. So he's got a lot of archer support. Unfortunately though, his ally is falling fairly rapidly. So I'm thinking things are not looking good for SpecialGuest over here. Definitely not at all. And he's going to lose this level 3 mill as well to top it off. Summon Rohirrim have been summoned in by Excelsior to counter all these archers. Very nice. And he does manage to clean up a majority of Alexis's army down here. Although he actually gets a mine shaft. Bushit doing a good job of keeping his zealots alive though. He has 3 battalions of them, which is the max you can have, I believe, as dwarves. So the longer he keeps them alive, the longer they, the more damage they do, the more levels they get, of course, and they can eventually get their ability if they live long enough. Witch King is still alive, though. And he does have the Dread Wrath, which greatly reduces enemy armor and damage, nullifies enemy leadership. It's a great ability. It's even greater than the normal Dread Visage, because I don't think that it says greatly reduces the normal Dread Visage from Nazguls and stuff, like Morgamir. Unfortunately, though, the fortress is being targeted down. SpecialGuest is in a lot of trouble. His Witch King noticing, of course, because there's a beacon being placed on this trebuchet. He does need to take that down. He has thrown down the Snowbind to freeze his fortress. And he will take out this trebuchet at least. So the biggest threat to his fortress is gone. For now, at least. And the Witch King will begin slaughtering these archers, as they don't have any more defense. Although they basically have taken everything else. It's like the Men of the West heroes trying to target down all the fortress towers and such. Pretty much leaving nothing behind. Except for the fortress and the Witch King. Is Excelsior going to target on the fort, or is he going to target down the Witch King? Looks like he's going to go for the Witch King. If you can get him down low enough, he can use Eowyn's Spear Throw again. The Smite ability. And that would definitely be interesting. Oh, I heard a barrage. Might as well go watch it. And there it goes. Bushit. Oh, Bushit was gonna go for the go for the big attack. He still can, though. I think with that amount of Dwarven Zealots, he's definitely gonna take them to Fortress SpecialGuest. Oh, down it goes, and SpecialGuest is defeated, and the Witch King along with it. Bushit's space looks fairly safe as well. And that leaves Alexis all alone against two enemies. This does not bode well for him, definitely. He has Excelsior barreling down on him soon. He'll begin losing all these mine shafts as well. Looks like he does have the Dwarven Riches, though, which is always cool looking. I always like that blue mithril glow that they have. Looks really neat. Oops. So we have a bit of an attack down here as well. It looks like it's not going to get much done, though. Bushit's not going to be in any trouble anytime soon. So really, the only hope, well, there really isn't any hope. Once it gets to 2-on-1, you're pretty much doomed. Not too much you can do at that point, except for put up a valiant defense. Which it looks like is what he's going to do. Sounds like Prince Brand is back out in the field. Excelsior has a lot of archer support as well. Also, Gandalf. Gandalf could get a huge Wizard Blast here. Ah, yeah, very nice. Gotta love a good Wizard Blast. Oh, these guys actually leveled up to level 7, so they use their Berserker Gang. They get 50% damage and increased attack speed and movement speed. Makes them pretty beastly. It's basically Slayer from Gimli. Since they're mini Gimlis, I guess it makes sense. Alexis does have a couple of catapult expansions on his fort. Looks like Bushit's going to go for a big ol' attack on the fort. Look how much damage glowing in conjunction with those freaking zealots do. It's insane. Down goes the fortress very quickly. You know, all that's left is a Hall of Warriors, I believe. And then that will be GG. And there it is. Well, that was eventful. Very nice 2v2 on Udun. A bit back and forth. Lots of good fights there. But yeah, that was a good game. Well played to all those players, of course. Hopefully that was enjoyable to watch. And I'll see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02. So I'll see you guys next time.